ED gets 5 days custody of Hemant Soren. Big update coming in. The Enforcement Directorate gets 5 days custody of Hemant Soren. That's the big update there, as Hemant Soren gets no relief, as much as he reached the Supreme Court asking for some kind of relief there. It appears the ED now has finally been granted 5 days of custody.
What? सर प्लीज कितना दिन 5 दिन का रिमांड अगर है तो हमने कहा है कि इसको नाइट स्टे जेल कैंपस में करने की सुविधा दी जाए। तो दिन भर इंट्रोडक्शन है, उसमें हमारे को कोई ऑब्जेक्शन नहीं है, बट नाइट स्टे जो है वो जेल कैंपस में हो। तो हमारे लिए सिक्योरिटी कंसर्न है सर। और क्या कहा, ये वर्किंग प्रेसिडेंट है, पार्टी के लीडरशिप है, तो बहुत बड़ा सिक्योरिटी कंसर्न है। वो अपनी सुविधा वहाँ मुहैया नहीं करा जा सकती और उससे उनको जेल में ही उनको रखा जाए। तो क्या निर्देश हमने मूव कर दिया है, आदेश फॉलो करना है हुआ रिमांड को लेकर। रिमांड सर प्लीज कितना दिन 5 दिन का रिमांड अगर है तो हमने कहा है कि इसको नाइट स्टे जेल कैंपस में करने की सुविधा दी जाए। तो दिन भर इंट्रोडक्शन है, उसमें हमारे को कोई ऑब्जेक्शन नहीं है, बट नाइट स्टे जो है वो जेल कैंपस में हो। तो हमारे लिए सिक्योरिटी कंसर्न है सर। और क्या कहा, ये वर्किंग प्रेसिडेंट है, पार्टी के लीडरशिप है, तो बहुत बड़ा सिक्योरिटी कंसर्न है। वो अपनी सुविधा वहाँ मुहैया नहीं करा जा सकती और उससे उनको जेल में ही उनको रखा जाए। तो क्या निर्देश हमने मूव कर दिया है, आदेश फॉलो करना है हुआ रिमांड को लेकर। रिमांड सर प्लीज।
Shreya Chatterjee joining us on the phone line. Shreya, of course, this comes as a setback, and this was expected. ED gets 5 days custody, despite Hemant Soren reaching the Supreme Court asking for relief. It appears there's no relief for him at this point. Instead, 5 days custody granted to the ED.
Well, yes, that is what we are learning. Now, yesterday, the Enforcement Directorate has sought 10 days custody before the PMLA court in Ranchi. After that, we do understand that there was 1 day JC that had been sent for Hemant Soren. The reason that was because the matter was also, remember, listed in the Supreme Court, which was now the Supreme Court refused to hear. And subsequently, we do understand that 5 days remand have been granted to the Enforcement Directorate. So now Hemant Soren will face the questioning by the Enforcement Directorate for 5 days. ED had given grounds of arrest, which included documentary evidences that direct Hemant Soren's involvement in the land mafia case. Just to give our viewers an idea, when the Enforcement Directorate was investigating a case in which one of the then Revenue Circle officer of Ranchi in Bargai, Bhanu Pratap, was arrested, and his residence searched. There were documents of land details, phone chats which proved cash transactions and trails directly linking to Hemant Soren in this entire scam. That was the evidence that was put before the court, and now after scrutinizing the entire reason for the arrest and seeking the remand, the Enforcement Directorate has secured 5 days of custody.
All right, so what next then for the Jharkhand government? We know that 38 of the MLAs have already taken off to Hyderabad. Do give us details, Shreya, on that.
Well, yes, here we do know that because the protest date is still not finally put forth, but the government, after the voting ceremony has taken place, is why, for security reasons, we are being told that the MLAs are now parked to Hyderabad. Soon, the protest date, once it is decided, these MLAs will again be brought back from Hyderabad, is what we are being told. The starter, remember, Nabila, was parked at the Ranchi airport since yesterday because of weather conditions. It couldn't take off. But now it has taken off, moved to Hyderabad Begumpet Airport, and there the MLAs will be staying. We are being told 38 MLAs are a part of that team. 49 people, because there are staff and other leaders who are also accompanying the MLAs.
Is there a word that's come in on when a floor test will be mandated? How many days are all those MLAs going to be in Hyderabad? And while that's said, how is Hemant Soren's family taking his arrest? Do we know of how his family is dealing with it?
Obviously, we have seen and tried to get a word from Kalpana Soren, particularly because twice she had been basically when he was in the Enforcement Directorate, we do understand that twice Kalpana Soren tried to visit him, but so far did not. We didn't get a word, is also we understand, but definitely these are difficult times when the families members of Hemant Soren, both Kalpana Soren and his son, visited him when he was in the first day he was arrested by the ED.
All right, so here we have Hemant Soren, who's now been granted 5 days custody to the Enforcement Directorate. It's a big development coming in right at a time when we also have the Jharkhand government right in a position where they've been asked to prove their majority. It appears that they have 10 days time now to prove their majority. And Champai Soren, in the meanwhile, has just taken oath. He's been given a deadline of 10 days to come up with a majority number. 41 is the majority mark for Jharkhand. They have 48 MLAs. They seem to be in a comfortable position, but we've got to see how this really pans out.